In the last part, we addressed what is the basic approach to sales. In this part, we will look at what is the AIDAS Theory of Selling. There are many different paths to a sale. The level of difficulty is the lowest when you are approaching an existing contact. It becomes a little more difficult when you are approaching an existing contact through a referral, whether inside or outside the company. And it is obviously the most difficult when you are approaching a new contact or making a cold call. AIDA is an acronym that stands for Attention or Awareness, Interest, Desire and Action. The AIDA model is widely used in marketing and advertising to describe the steps or stages that occur from time to time when a consumer first becomes aware of a product or brand through to when the consumer trials a product or even makes a purchase decision. Given that many consumers become aware of brands via advertising or marketing communications, the AIDA model helps to explain how an advertisement or marketing communication message engages and involves consumers in a brand choice. In a sense, the AIDA model proposes that advertising messages need to accomplish a number of tasks in order to move the consumer through a series of sequential steps from brand awareness through action, which is purchase and consumption. The AIDA model is one of the longest serving models used in advertising, having been developed in the late 19th century. Since its first appearance in the marketing and advertising literature, the model has been modified and expanded to account for the advent of new advertising media and communications platforms. A number of modified alternative models are in current use. During the past 100 years, the model has undergone many refinement and extensions, such that today there are many variants in circulation. Thus, the simple AIDA model is now one of the class models collectively known as hierarchical models or hierarchy of effects model. AIDA and the overall approach are commonly attributed to American advertising and sales pioneer Elias St. Elmo Louis. To quote him, the mission of an advertisement is to attract a reader so that he will look at the advertisement and start to read it. Then to interest him or her so that he will continue to read it. Then to convince him or her so that when he or she has read it, he or she will believe it. If an advertisement contains these three qualities of success, it is a successful advertisement. Take a look at this as an example of what Elmo Lewis means. The basic AIDA model is one of the longest serving hierarchical models, having been in use for more than a century. Using a hierarchical system such as AIDA provides the marketer with a detailed understanding of how target audiences change over time and provides insights as to which type of advertising message are likely to be more effective at different junctures. Moving from step to step, the total number of prospects diminishes. This phenomena is sometimes described as a purchase funnel. A relatively large number of potential purchasers become aware of a product or brand, then a smaller subset becomes interested, with only a relatively small proportion moving to the actual purchase. The effect is also known as the customer funnel, marketing funnel, or even sales funnel. The model is used extensively in selling and advertising. According to the original model, the steps to be taken by the seller at each stage are as follows. Stage 1, secure attention. Stage 2, hold attention through interest. Stage 3, arouse desire and create confidence and belief. Stage 4, secure decision and action. And of course, stage 5, create satisfaction. Securing attention. The goal is to put the prospect into a receptive state of mind. The first few minutes are crucial. The prospect's guard is naturally up since the counselor is bent on selling the course. A good rapport has to be established at once. Thus, a brand can gain attention of consumers through captivating ads, personalized messaging, and intelligent targeting. Wow, look at this Audi hoarding or ad. Sure gets your attention. Gaining interest. Undoubtedly the most crucial of the stages. If the consumer feels the product has no meaning for him, or if he does not find it captivating enough, he will never reach the purchase stage. So it's important to deliver your product message in a customized and crisp way that suits the profile of the intended audience. The highlight of the product communication should point to the consumer's needs. This leads to the consumer going an extra step in looking up the product to see how it benefits him. So you need to develop a contagious enthusiasm for your products. Visual aids like brochures and posters help. Show empathy for the prospect's current situation. Listen to what is being said. Sometimes the prospect drops some hints that can be picked up and used to investigate interest. For example, let's consider this campaign by AIDAS. Lionel Messi's picture initially attracts the consumer, the intended audience being sports, especially football enthusiasts. The contrasting colors of the shoe and matching caption convey that it's a shoe's advertisement. The shoe appears to be emitting sparks representing fast performance, and the caption contains same imagery. So the consumer gets curious and looks up exactly what the campaign refers to and how that spark be added to the team. At this point, considerable interest has been generated and the consumer is most likely to read up the features of the shoe. Kindling desire. It's not enough to generate interest. A keen liking for how a brand presents itself may be highly appreciated, but not necessarily convert in sales. Interest and desire can be achieved simultaneously. So immediately after interest is generated, it's important to convey to the audience why they need it. If a customer might not actually need the product, the brand can try to create the want for it. Usually the desire stage is reached during the time a consumer is comparing the product with the other competitors' offerings. In that case, the brand needs to prominently highlight its outstanding features which the consumer won't get in other products. The third goal is to kindle prospects' desire to ready to buy point. Keep the conversation running along the main line towards the sale. Obstacles may be faced and ways found to get around them. Objections need answering to the prospect's satisfaction. An example of how L'Oreal does it. It caters to the consumer's concern regarding a product and offers advice for the same. Once a person reads up a healthcare routine, for example, she will be more comfortable following that routine if she has L'Oreal products, since she would know exactly how to use and how much to use. L'Oreal also utilizes that as an opportunity to create a L'Oreal ecosystem by promoting its other brands within the space, leading to cross-selling opportunities. Action. Finally, when the consumer has had a positive predisposition towards the brand, he or she will be willing to try it or buy it. At this stage, schemes are like early bird discounts, free trials, one-on-one offers, referral systems, etc. can give that one final push to the consumer to go ahead and buy it. If the presentation has been good, the prospect is ready to act, that is, to buy. However, buying is not automatic and as a rule must be induced. Experienced sales personnel rarely try for a close until they are positive that the prospect is fully convinced of the merits of the proposition. Thus, it is up to you to sense when the right time is. Some never ask for a definitive yes or no for the fear of getting a no. For example, Amazon encourages purchase through its EMI options that enables consumers to buy durables and gadgets even when they are running on a tight budget. Building satisfaction. After the customer has committed, you should reassure the customer that the decision is correct. The customer should be left with the impression that the sales personnel merely helped in deciding. Thanking the customer should be immediately followed by an efficient procedure of filling forms and subsequently following up on promises made. The yes is the climax of the selling situation, so the possibility of the anticlimax should be avoided. Customers sometimes unsell themselves, and the sales personnel should not linger around too long. See the Mercedes ad. Thank you for driving the best for 25 years. Note the words, thank you, driving the best, and the long time frame, 25 years. This brings us to the end of our presentation on the AIDAS Theory of Selling. In subsequent videos, we will address a few more well-known and contemporary sales techniques. Thank you.